for them to do that just because Anthony Davis isn't on the floor is crazy. The biggest problem with the Lakers isn't Westbrook. It isn't coaching. It isn't outside of the front office being horrible. It's the fact that this team is just too overly dependent on LeBron and AD's greatness to perform at said levels, like on a night to night basis, and that's the problem. So in games like these where LeBron is shooting out of his mind, which he shot astonishingly well, um, the Lakers still only walked away with a 5-point victory while allowing the Spurs, the worst team in the NBA, while not having their best player in the second half, still allowed them to score 138 points. The effort was questionable at best, and I'm just not outside of LeBron, your Dennis Schroeder and Austin Reeves. I think they had a great offensive game, but defensively all around, if you're Darvin Ham, I just don't know like how do you look at this team and say, hey man, this is good eats. I don't know how you can say that. I genuinely
Well,
don't.
hello. I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you, because would you, like from this game, would you look at LeBron like more positive or Dennis like showed him more positive in a sense that like in terms of like tendencies or just how they look going forward?
Well, going forward, even when Schroeder came back and he was missing his shots, I still thought he had really great games for somebody who was coming off an injury, just because he still looked aggressive and active and was getting to his spots. The reason why I was so concerned with LeBron early on in the season is because he just wasn't aggressive. He had players on him that even at an advanced age, I would assume he would be able to get right by. Um, Tonight he made a bunch of threes, so I don't even know if he can really do that down the stretch of the game when there were no more bigs because Zach Collins got thrown out and Pirtle was hurt. He was able to get to the line fairly easily, but again, this is such a unique circumstance for LeBron to play this well. Not only is it the worst team in the NBA, the only two bigs that they had on the team weren't playing. And even what's the dude's name for the Spurs who has like the colorful hair? Even he got hurt.
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about. I know who
even
you're talking
even
about.
Respect.
he got hurt. So it's like there was no like this is such a very unique game that I can't really make that many concrete assessments outside of the fact that
Yo,
LeBron
yo,
is shooting
low.
better.
No, the fact
Yo,
that
low.
these
I'm not
niggas
gonna
look
lie
bad.
though. You gotta learn. Like you gotta learn this draft class name, bro. Jeremy Sohan is not so much of an unknown player where you should know his name off the top of your head. Come on, gang.
No, I got too much going on, nigga. I can't be. I don't know all these niggas' names.
Nah, but
Yeah.
allowing the fact that no AD tonight and these niggas let the Spurs, the worst team in the NBA, put up 138. I don't even know how much, but like that is egregious, man. There was like no defense being played this game, man. It
At
was
all
straight
on both
like
on both sides to be fair, but the Spurs aren't expected to play defense. The Spurs are actually trying to lose games. So I don't
literally.
even know if Pirtle might have actually been available, but he still
Why
didn't
are you
play.
so
He played.
negative, bro?
Pirtle played less than 10 minutes and scored 12 points. He was on pace. Pirtle was on pace to put up like ridiculous numbers.
But can't you also look at it like this, that outside of AD, that they don't have no real big to use outside of AD and Thomas Bryant? Because I've religiously said this so many times. Ever since they started the first few games with Damon Jones, it started to look real bad without AD on the floor. And then now with Darvin Ham putting in Wayne Gabriel more times than you having Thomas Bryant is kind of a problem to me. Because of course the team doesn't look great or even good without AD on the floor as far as defense, but it's like you have to do better with certain substitutions that you have on the bench anyway. Like, wouldn't that be a thing that you look at versus just the defense being bad itself?
But
No, I
like
think I think
yeah.
I think rim protection for sure. Like I think like there's a lot to that. But even when you watch AD, it's more than him just protecting the rim. He has to roam. He has to switch.
He's
He's
doing
guarding
everything low.
perimeter. It's
You
like
can say
he's
he's doing
doing
everything.
That's
everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And even
Everything.
and even when you and you're right. Like again, you're right. But even tonight, bro, Keldon Johnson was getting quality looks on the perimeter. Devin Vassell shot 4 for 9 from three. Doug McDermott shot 3 for 7. It probably could have made another one or two threes because he was getting quality looks. There just wasn't anyone even closing out on the perimeter as well.
I mean, that go along with
Westbrook
that's
allowed
Yeah.
like two or three backdoor cuts like very easily. Like it was like routinely. So yeah, the lack of rim protection isn't there, but I just think even from a perimeter perspective, like the lack of
Yeah, they
rotation
even
and
let
closing out is a problem.
Low.
I think those two issues feed into
They
each
even
other.
let Trey Jones like dead ass get so much like penetration. Like he would just beat his first man and just literally immediately kick out or like I set like a
Facts.
kind of a DHO like to Doug McDermott. Even in the I only caught the fourth quarter and I seen so much of it. Like it was actually crazy, man. It looked so bad without
It's
AD on the
because
court.
as soon as like players were
I
getting
was
deals,
told this
there was
man was a
immediate.
good dude, by the way. I just wanted to remind
Weren't you
everybody.
saying that?
AJ, you're like 8
No,
different NBA team fans, bro. Like what are we doing? Come
I root for 2 teams.
on.
Well, 3
I
if you
multiply that
count.
by 4, bro.
Well, 3. No, it's like 3 if you count. If the Warriors are playing, then it's 3. But other than that, I just root for the.
Whoever the
but
Warriors are playing,
That,
LeBron
I
or
also think
wait,
too,
wait,
man.
wait,
You got
wait,
to look at
wait, AJ, don't you root for the Grizzlies?
yeah, that's my like. It's my second team basically because
That's
like.
Nigga,
4 though, because it's
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not.
both of
Thunder.
my
Oh,
goats
I don't
stink
root for
over
the.
there.
I
yo,
don't root. I don't
you're
root
a
for the
four
Lakers.
timer, bro.
I don't root for the Lakers. Their
You're a four
ass.
timer, man. That's outrageous, bro.
You not
I'm not
rooting
even
for
gonna.
LeBron? Bro, I don't
We
root
talking
for
What
about the
is
Lakers, and we ain't
what
talking
is
about
there
the
to root
Rockets. I
for?
ain't
What
gonna
is there
lie.
to root for?
Niggas
I
a
All right,
four
do.
timer.
DJ, fine. Go and get
I
your
do root for
LeBron.
LeBron to catch Kareem. You know what I'm
Nah,
Oh
I'm
saying?
just
yeah,
saying.
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying
here for. That's what I'm here
it was
for.
21
I ain't
guys.
gonna lie,
But
yeah, I'm kind of here for that as well. But go ahead, go DJ.
That's
Go
what
and
I'm
get
here
your
for, man.
LeBron
no,
stuff off.
I just remember when it was supposed to be like 20, 21 or 23 guys better than LeBron. But good to see him
Are
back.
you gauging who LeBron is against this one very unique game?
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying
because
that he that
when Clay dropped 41, niggas was telling me to apologize. So yes, that's what I'm doing, bitch. And you ain't gonna do shit about it.
You
Wow.
know what's crazy?
I wasn't
Since
And
even
that
by the
against
Knicks
you.
way,
I was
game,
talking this season. He
the
was playing well.
the shooting definitely.
Clay dropped 41 on a worse team.
If
That's
Doing
all.
no worse team, by the
if
way.
I'm
The
So
worst
the
don't do
team.
Rockets
this.
are
Don't
not
do
if
this,
worse
I'm
than the
AJ.
Spurs,
if
The
man.
I'm being
Rockets
for real.
the Rockets are like the worst defense in the league, nigga. Or
Nah,
bottom.
Nah.
chill. We
In
ain't that
terms
bad.
of
We
talent,
ain't
bro,
that
let's
bad.
be real. Come on,
We ain't
man.
that bad. We ain't that bad. But if I'm
The
being for
Spurs
real,
have great wing
Nigga,
depth.
you're 27. You're 27.
Steve,
oh,
what are
I'm
you trying to get
tripping.
off? What are you trying to get off,
No,
Steve?
Yeah,
I'm just
my
saying
bad,
like
my bad, dog.
I don't even remember really, but yeah, the shooting probably not gonna be the same. But I think
Oh
LeBron.
no.
What does Eli say?
I
I,
don't
I
know, but
was
he
just I
said
had
probably
saw
not.
the
It's
the
definitely not gonna be
Caleb
the same game.
the
He
Caleb
shot like
Williams
7 for 12 from
Heisman
three.
thing,
That
dude.
shit's outrageous.
7 for 12 and 3. He's not gonna do that again. But I don't think he's gonna be shooting as poorly as he did to begin the season. And I do think he just had to get back into a rhythm. This is just a rhythm game against the Spurs. I mean, clearly they're not on shit this year, even though they did look nice to begin the season. But it'll be all right, bro. And
Yo,
it's
look,
good. It's
who do y'all
good.
play next? Who do y'all play next?
I think the real. Oh no, we
You
play
Pacers.
Indiana,
No, for the Pacers.
then Portland. We play Portland without Dame. I'm pretty sure the schedule is going to
But then we
continue to
play
be
Milwaukee.
It's
like
light for the
like the
Lakers. It's light, isn't it?
yeah. It has to be one of the weakest schedules so far this season. I
Shit,
don't.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no.
good.
We
That's
faced like
good.
8 teams
That's
above
actually good.
500 like the first like 9 games of the season.
You know why that's good is because the entire Western Conference is super packed right now. So if you can get those easy games in and like at least get like win those games that you should, you're probably gonna move up in the standings a lot. Like I
I wouldn't
think
say
Lakers are
packed. I
five and a
wouldn't
half
say they
games back
packed.
from
They
first place.
spread real thin with the amount of losses that everybody is taking on the West. I'll say they just spread real thin. I
Low
don't.
is a liar, by the way.
No, that's
By
what
the
I'm
That
way.
saying. Yeah, it's like it's everyone's super packed
What
right
that
now.
lame man nigga lied about?
Lakers are 5.5 games back from the first place. Like
Nothing for real.
it's not that
I know,
it's
but
yeah.
the problem.
I'm
I
just
understand
talking.
what you're saying, Steve. So there's two problems of the Lakers. Accumulating 11 losses this early on in the season with a weak schedule, like that's just a very inherent problem.
Can't
Like
you
Oh
say the
yeah,
same
regardless,
thing? Can't you
yeah,
say the same thing about the Warriors?
but the
It
Warriors in
is
a
a
different
problem.
Warriors.
but
Warriors are
the
Warriors are
different.
I,
different. Warriors are different.
but the only reason why I think the
I
Warriors are
don't know if they are.
different is two things. I think if they make a trade, I think there's like a noticeable improvement that they can make, and B, and more importantly, I think the top part of their team is much more well rounded than the Lakers are, right? Like I think that, like this again. Okay, so the
I
second
have to
problem
that bench.
is that the Lakers are just over there. It's one thing to be a top heavy team, but it's another thing. It's another problem to be flat out overly dependent on just literally two players.
It's not even like we're
So
top heavy low. We're literally just missing like 2 players. And you know what players I'm
oh
speaking
no,
of?
no, I'm not. I'm talking about the Lakers. So again, I think the Warriors. The difference is the Warriors are more well rounded to where a trade can make them good enough to be back into like a legit contending team without any questions asked. The Lakers, even if they trade Westbrook, right, it still may
I
not
that trades.
address all of the concerns that they actually have on this team, and it's because how overly dependent they are on just two players, bro. Like
I,
that to me is the problem. And even though they won tonight, it was further solidified because AD not being on the floor means that the team defense is so bad that the San Antonio Spurs are inclined to score nearly 140
Yo,
points.
low.
Like
In
That's
that's
funny.
in
terrible.
regulation too. That's
Yeah,
insane. Like,
and in
Mhm.
regulation on top of that. That's
I, I
that
feel
is
like
something that should never fucking happen.
I feel like to be fair though, like because like let's not act like certain teams don't take other teams lightly, and this is a back to back for them. I think this is what their second back to back in 3 weeks. So I feel like in fairness to the Lakers, of course the defense is probably going to be not as good as it was the day before, simply because the first two outings against the Spurs, they shot horribly. They couldn't play no defense, so it just looks easier for them. So it just seemed like for the Lakers, like, okay, yeah, they could have played way better defense, but also it's like, look at the personnel that they got. You playing William Gabriel at the 5, AD not playing. You not playing as much time as Brian as I feel like you should have.
but
But
And
like
that's you're
even if
saying
you
you're
go,
just reiterating my
top of
point
that,
though. When you
even if you
and
say
on
that, the
top of that though,
tendencies are
hold on. Even on
oh
top
yeah,
of
go
that
ahead,
though,
go.
even on top of that though, I feel like the way that I think if y'all really pay attention to the way that Darvin Ham got the team, the defense constructed, is more off help side rather than one-on-one defense and then making sure somebody else is rotating. Because if you really pay attention, even with AD was there, perimeter defense looked like Olay, but the only reason why was because AD was there. I think the team defense gets so used to AD being there that a lot of like if you watched Wayne Gabriel, a lot of the fouls that he was getting, he was late on the road. He was late on the help side. AD, when he's on help side, he's there automatically. You can't shoot over him. He's gonna get like 50 blocks every time you go down there. When you got William Gabriel down there and you got Thomas Bryant down there, there's gonna be a lot of fouls called. It's gonna be a lot of points made. So I feel like if you look at the defense and the way that he has it constructed, it's more off help side, off the strong side when the person is driving towards the rim rather than it just looking the way it's looking. You know what I'm saying? It's I feel like it's just a lot of help side that's just not being like it's mistiming basically. It's bad timing.
I
It's
understand
the
what
bad.
you're saying, but all that still just amounts to the defense being dependent on AD. Like that's
that's
literally it.
Listen,
literally that's
today
it. But no, like
Wayne was moving like a him. Not gonna lie,
when
bro.
you
This
were
is
saying
the
like
best game
about
I've
the
ever
back to
seen
back
He
Gabriel
he
play.
like
yeah
even
he had a solid offensive
even
Oh,
night.
even
and
for
Go
the
ahead,
low,
go
back
finish.
to
Flazop wants to come up, by the way.
this nigga. What's I finna say? Even if you're talking about like the back to back and shit, like the stuff that they've been doing defensively wrong, which has always been there when AD's not on the floor,
Facts.
regardless. So
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
even
That's
if
what I'm
it's a
saying.
back to back, and yeah, they could have played better defense. It's just what they were doing was probably like what should I say, heightened because of the back to back. But they've been doing this when AD's not on the floor. Like
It's
especially
just
for the
80
past
best defender in the world, so make up for it, man.
it's literally just the POA is terrible. The help side is not there. It's late. Rotations on the pick and roll. How they run the pick and roll just not that
Who
great, to
is
be
the
honest.
best POA on this team at this point?
I'm probably Austin Reeves, right? I would
They be
say.
putting
But like,
six on Pat.
Either Reeves or Schroeder, one
They
of
but
the
be
like,
two.
putting Pat
yeah,
Bev on
like
like
I don't.
KD and Paul
And
George.
I
That's
don't
like
and I don't and
Hey,
I
yo,
don't
go
think
guard
Pat
him.
and I think Pat Bev also is a problem as well. I'm happy he's not
Yeah,
I'm
playing.
he's
not gonna lie,
cooked.
bro. I think
He's
like
he's
Yeah,
cooked on
he's
both ends.
cooks.
So
He's
for
cooks.
AD though, the fact that he was
I
able
feel
to
like there's a
master
bigger
all of
case.
that is crazy. I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like
lie.
there's a bigger case for Patrick Beverly and Damon Jones and another piece getting traded rather than Russell Westbrook. That's just my opinion, though.
who
So,
traded
but
for them?
even because I don't know what whatever's going to get traded is going to get traded. I don't think that I think that the problem with the team is that it doesn't really matter. The there's I don't outside of maybe that Buddy Hill trade, and even then I don't think that that really
Well,
addresses some of the.
Getting a guard off this team for a wing. Like if you trade Patrick Beverly for a wing and T
That's
Bryant for
what
a wing, that
that's what I'm
does
saying
help.
as well. The reason why I don't like the fucking Buddy Hill trade is
It's
because
not.
it still
It
doesn't address the wing problem.
Yeah,
doesn't help.
a wing is like I think the most that you can get from the season is probably like actually let me not say I don't know yet, but I think a wing will help this team just a little bit, just a guy who can defend. But
But those players
it's not
aren't being moved though.
those players aren't being moved,
They're
so it's
not.
just like you guys are in a situation where it's just like you know what, maximize what we have now and see what
Yo,
happens
Lo,
in
who are
the
you
season.
willing to give up for Vanderbilt?
You think they can get Vanderbilt?
I'm just saying
I
Purdue's
don't even
willing
think
to
they can
give
get
him.
Vanderbilt.
Nigga,
That's
this
not a
team,
high bar.
nigga, this
Bro,
team would be.
can they play with Vanderbilt?
Yeah,
Yo,
no, I was
Eli,
just about to
Eli,
say, nigga, this
Eli, if
team's
you
always
Vanderbilt,
cooked with Vanderbilt. You know that, right? Like he's gonna
niggas,
murder this
I don't
offense.
really
niggas,
think they can
Bro,
play with
Eli,
niggas talk.
Vanderbilt.
you
He's
don't
gonna
think
murder
Vanderbilt
this
has a high
offense.
Is it though?
high value
No,
pick?
Bro,
no.
bro, Vandal was cooking O's next to like the best spacing big ever, bro. In the non-spacing like lineups, bro, he's fucking cooked. And every lineup for the Lakers is non-spacing. So yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do.
I ain't gonna lie, Vanderbilt really done got a
So
bless.
ED
Niggas must
need to
be
get
playing
better
with
Vanderbilt
cats
really
efficiency.
tricked the
galore.
use, dog.
He's
I ain't
he's
gonna.
fooling you niggas, bro. He's
I,
fooling
Bro,
y'all.
Vanderbilt,
bro,
He's
bro,
it's
Van,
fooling
like
y'all.
bro,
he's
Vanderbilt
a
got to
bad
play next to
offensive
Cat
player
and Lori.
and Lord.
So now people don't recognize his issues offensively, but the nigga can't finish and can't shoot and can't pass and has a turnover issue. What does he do well offensively?
He's one of the worst O players in the league, bar none.
I don't know, man. It's some
All
trash
all
I
I
don't know
offensive
know
about
players
is
in
that.
that
this
I ain't gonna lie.
league.
nigga.
Niggas made him seem like he like Kaminga on the like. Come on,
He
Eli. I don't know
kind
about
of
that, bro.
is.
All I
I
know is,
mean,
bro,
Damn,
the
respect
Pacers,
Kaminga.
Kaminga can at
the
least pass,
Nigga
nigga.
Shivers.
all
I
I
ain't
know
gonna
is
lie, Vanderbilt
The
passing not
Pacers are
that bad.
really
Nigga
the
said
Pacers are
Kaminga
a
can at
solid
least
team.
matter, man.
The Pacers are a solid team. The Lakers face them in like 2 days, I believe. Because the Pacers are making the LA trip. Tyrese Halliburton, but I don't know what he's gonna do to the fucking Lakers defense. Hopefully, AD is playing, but
Oh my god.
yeah, the team. The problem is again, it's just overly dependent on just two players, bro. And the players that are necessary for that not to work anymore. Ironically, some of them were actually on the team just not too long ago, with KCP and Kuzma and Caruso. So it's not as if like the Lakers didn't have them. The and then
They're all
even if
balling
we
out
say
though.
this season, the other problem is that even if we say this season is a wash, which is the scary part, next year's the last season of LeBron and AD's under contract guaranteed. So after that season, LeBron set it up strategically to where not only does he become a free agent the same time AD becomes a free agent, but also he becomes a free agent the same year that his son enters the draft. So the reality is that the reason I be panicking on the timeline is that I'm not like gauging this team solely just off of a game to game basis like most of fucking Twitter is. I'm gauging this team on how close they can get to where they need to be because the reality is that they really only have a 2 year window to figure out what the right decisions are to be made.
so
That's why
question.
I'm fucking freaking out.
So question. They're 7-11, right? They got the next 5 games: Pacers, Wizards, Milwaukee. I forget the other two.
Cavs.
Cavs.
Oh shit.
Two of those
Yo,
games.
y'all niggas finna get fried by them boys, bro.
Two of those. I feel like 2 of those games are the hardest out of the 5. Bucks and Cavs. They can beat the Pacers. Hopefully, if AD plays. But let's just say
In
they.
Portland without Dame. Portland
All
without
right,
Dame.
you're right. In Portland without the Dame. Let's just say if they win the next 7, what does it look like?
What do you mean?
No, I'm
You
asking
said if they go
you.
5 or 7?
No.
Look at this nigga blank boy. Let me chill out.
No. I'm
Oh
saying
no.
because I don't. No, I'm saying just saying if they win the next 7. I'm just asking low because like, do you
If
still?
they win 7 in a row, is that what you asked me,
That's
No,
an indication of like a team going somewhere
nigga?
really good.
Let's be clear. Not only do I not believe they're gonna win 7 in a row,
you don't
after the
believe it.
after the
It's just a hypothetical question.
I get, but let me also put things in a further perspective. After the Indiana Pacers and Portland game, they go on a 5 game road streak. It's not just they play Milwaukee, Wizards, and Cavs. They play them all away, and then they also play Toronto, Philly, and Detroit all away. So I mean, fuck, I don't like. And then not only that, out after the Pacers and Portland game, they play 5 games in like a matter of like 9 days. From the second to 11th, they got to play 5 games all away.
Mm.
So
Huh.
so if they do that, then yes, we have a different conversation. I would still, but I yes, it'd be
I
more.
only asked to see where would your level of panic be because we've seen. Let's not get it twisted. We've seen certain shit like this in the league to where like how the Boston Celtics started last year, they were fucking horrible. Then 1 month they just win every fucking game. I'm only asking, even with the team as constructed, just to see is like, oh, is it really scary
I hate
still?
when niggas bring up the Celtics because that was like a lot to do with scheme and like they traded for Derek. Like,
but wait, just to answer your
And
question,
they
the
traded
only
that defense
hold
though.
on, time out. It's not to
the only but
compare.
the only
It's
way that
just
they can even do that though is if LeBron and AD play outstanding. Like that's the only like they have to just continue at this historic pace in which they're playing at, which again does nothing more but further like cements it. To me, the only time that I will no longer panic is if fucking 3 through 9 actually improves. Them winning and losing games off the back of AD and LeBron playing all-time great basketball doesn't really change anything for me because that's my concern is that it takes those two to play all-time great basketball just for the Lakers to find themselves back at a 500 ball club. It would need to take 3 through 9 to make noticeable improvements, and I just don't think that that's possible because the players on the roster are not that good.
understood. But then, because then it's like, okay, then we talking about the rest of the players. Because the way that the rest is coming off the bench and the way he's been playing, even though he didn't have the best game tonight, I don't think Russ is getting traded no more. I think that trade talk is over with. I don't think there's no Buddy Hield.
I definitely don't think that trade talk is over with.
Why do you think it's over with?
But only because that trade only was getting talked about because how bad he was playing last year. And then the first 4 or 5 games that he played. Those next, I want to say 10 games that he came off the bench, he played really, really well. And then you don't even hear anything about a trade no more. So it's like, why? That's all I'm saying is like, if that's
if anything, that would raise his
But
trade
like
value.
you can even argue,
couldn't he possibly be a better fit on a different team?
you can even argue
No,
that
I'm
like
not. No.
you
That's
can
not what
even
I'm saying.
argue him
I'm
playing
saying,
well. Well,
saying
one
there's
second,
no.
one second.
What I'm
Dude,
saying is
come
there's
on,
no
dog.
consistency on Russell Westbrook getting traded, even with him playing well. If he was playing bad, a lot of
You
niggas
getting
would be on his
tricked,
dick right now.
dog.
That's
You
just what
getting
I'm saying.
tricked, dog.
No, he's
Nigga,
getting
you can
traded
even
regardless.
argue. You
Not
can
getting
even argue
tricked.
with him playing well. You guys would actually
Yes,
be able to
bro.
take
why
credit
not
for
trade him
looking
when
at
he
back.
Wait,
raises his
I mean,
value?
he may be
Exactly,
playing well,
AJ.
but it's more of how he
You know,
fit the team.
Yo, Russ is the only nigga that can go like 11 for 12, and niggas are acting like he's playing like a superstar, dude.
No, I just said no because I'm not trying to
Or
sound
score
like
11 points on 12 shots is what I meant.
but
Not
I'm not trying to sound
literally
like
go
a
11
rush.
for 12.
I'm simply saying by him coming off the bench and makes the team a little bit better. And with him not being the problem, I don't think that's the like no one. There's no consistency on someone
But you don't
saying
think he's a
Listen,
big
dude.
part
Russ
of
Listen,
the
dude.
problem too?
I don't want to ham on Russ, right? Because I don't think he played like particularly awful today, but like the nigga turned,
right. I just said yeah.
nigga,
He didn't have
nigga
a
turned
great
it
game.
over 6 times today, and he scored 11 points on 12 shots. Please don't
And
gas
he
the nigga
couldn't make a layup.
like he.
I'm
but
not
like
getting nothing.
even
LeBron
Bro,
has 7
I feel like it's every
if you
time he
don't
don't
want to
fit
gas,
well with
even
LeBron,
if you
bro.
don't
He
want to
don't
gas
fit
it,
well
it's
with
fine.
LeBron.
Even if you don't want to gas it, it's fine. But like him playing well and him coming off the bench and him actually like wanting to contribute to winning would actually further prove that like his trade value just going up, literally.
And you
It would
can get
actually
more
help
out
his
of him
case.
then,
but I'm also saying that's not
possibly.
saying that the Miles Turner and Buddy Hield is a better fit for the Lakers either.
No one's
That's
saying that, but I'm
Bro,
saying
I don't feel like
him
they
like
would even trade
him
for
just
that, bro.
increasingly
Well, I mean, there's other
playing
teams out
better
there that
could
they could
actually
like
get you guys
possibly
more
grab.
options.
right. There's other teams, but then what is the other teams you trading for?
Charlotte.
There's no way you trading Russ to Charlotte for who?
What are you getting? And what are you getting from Charlotte?
That's what
You can get
that's my
somebody
point.
like
This is my
Couldn't they
point of
get
me
Terry
saying how
Rozier?
Russ gets
yeah,
traded
you can
no
get
more
Terry
because there's no one
Rozier.
else
You could
to go.
possibly get
Bro, I
PJ
don't feel like
Washington.
they
You
would
could get
trade for
Those
him
Killian
are
either
Gray.
way.
steals,
I don't
bro.
feel like teams want Russ, bro.
That's absolutely the thing. So that was my
Obviously, the
point of me
Indiana,
saying
the Indiana and the
you
Spurs trade
can't
are
say you
obviously on the
can't say
table.
no.
But it's not really
I
that
think
it's not really Russ that they're going for. Well, I mean, outside of like to dump out salary for the next year, but it's also like for the draft picks that they have that Los Angeles would give up as well.
Also, I don't
But
know if y'all realize
Russ is a
Terry
part of
Rozier
the
is playing
trade. Don't
terrible.
nobody. But Russ is still part of the trade. So you have to deal with Russ either way you go. So still, my question
But if
is,
it's a team
you
that's
go.
not going anywhere,
He's
then
only expiring
they
his
most
prime
likely
now.
won't care.
Look, to answer
No,
to
That's not
answer
how teams
Westbrook.
look at it, Share.
Wait, but to
That's
answer
not how
answer
teams
the
look at it.
Westbrook situation, Westbrook being traded does not mean he's going to play on that team. More than likely, just the team that's going to waive him anyway. Because even with him,
Yeah, he'll probably do it.
quote unquote playing better or at least accepting a bench role, it's still not a good enough play for especially a team that's trying to take the next step to justify him being on that team's bench because they more than likely just have another player who can produce at similar levels. So there's no need for them to give up anything. Yes, the draft pick capital would be nice, but then if you're also the Lakers, are you giving up 2 draft picks just to add supporting cast members on the roster that you more than likely can just sign in next year's offseason anyway because you have only LeBron and AD on the books regardless. So that's why I keep saying that the Westbrook trade isn't saving the Lakers. Like the Lakers' problem is that it's basically just 2 fucking players on the team and a bunch of vet minimum guys. That's literally that was a problem last year. It's the same problem this year, and it seems like it may be the same problem next year because the team just crossing their fingers, hoping that the Brooklyn Nets imploded themselves so they can get Kyrie Irving. Like that's literally the grand scheme for the Lakers right now.
I feel like below, like so, me and you
But
both,
the Lakers,
me and you both agree that if the Russ trade for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, that don't do shit to me like that. We both agree to that. But my point is also, what is really the point of even making that trade to begin with anyway? And
I just said that. Yeah, I agree with you.
So on top of that is like, okay, you looking at that, no, there's no point in really getting Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. You still get the same bullshit that you would get back, to me anyway. But I'm saying, this is why I'm saying I don't think there's that Russ trades happening no more, is because of everybody else that you really need to think of too. Like Damon Jones, you really gonna keep him? No. Juan Toscano Anderson, you're not playing him anymore. Fucking William Gabriel and Patrick Beverly. Those are 4 guys I feel like you really need to at least look at. They probably might not get traded either because their value is kind of low. But at the same time, it's like, which makes more sense? 4 players for 2 or 3, or 1 player for 2 players that's still not gonna make the team better?
To me, I don't think none of it makes sense because I don't think there is a single trade out there that would justify the Lakers giving up draft capital for a team that again is so far removed from actually being well rounded enough. So I don't think none of it really makes sense regardless. I saw
I
808
mean,
put his hands up.
if there was a way that they can make like a trade to the Bulls, get like Caruso, POA guy, maybe like Pat, I ain't gonna lie. That makes sense.
You're saying trades that aren't reasonable. Like those are not going to happen.
And
Bro, I feel
Fliz,
like
Out there with Russ.
they
all
had a
these
There's
chance
a
to
true
keep
team
Caruso
trade out
anyway.
there with Russ.
all
I
these
ain't gonna
trades
lie.
are really just based on how they fit the team, though, bro.
No, it's honestly, it goes back to how well Russ plays off the bench. Like if he actually starts playing like extremely well, like noticeably
Well, the
way
nigga
better.
isn't doing that, dude.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm saying
come
if he
on,
does that,
that's
like
He's
But
not,
nobody,
but
why?
he's not
help the
being
team.
I don't know why
horrible
y'all think
either.
that if we're being honest with ourselves, Westbrook can truly be traded anywhere. It's just that who's willing to give up what they need to give up for the draft capital. Westbrook is literally in that transaction will be a contract filler. That is literally it. I'm here just to match the contracts from one team to the next or get somewhere near close so it can be a feasible transaction. He is not There's not a fucking team in the NBA that's going to convince themselves, hey, you know what I'm missing? Westbrook off my bench at that price tag. No. So whatever team he gets, they're just gonna get him and then buy his contract out so he can hit the market and sign for how much ever money a team is willing to give him for. The teams that are interested in Westbrook are trying to receive him on the buyout market, not the fucking trade rumor between the Lakers and whatever other team. That's not how that's happening.
Wait, so Laura, are you saying
So
like basically regardless of how good or bad he plays, his value is just gonna stay the same? Is that what you're basically saying?
No, his
No.
value increases, but the Lakers are not going to reap the benefits of his value going up or down.
Okay, I got you.
wait, Lo. So are you still on team like blow the team up?
Yeah, I am. I think again, once more tonight is still just evidence how overly dependent they are on their 2 stars and the players that we all believe that they need to be a more well-rounded team it's not available. And again, for the people who just joining us, the reason why for the past few weeks, even to last month, I guess I was going hard. I guess not really hard on LeBron, but like with LeBron regressing will happen. Like it or not, he's going to regress. The nigga's basically 38 years old. So
I don't know, man.
when that day happens,
Nah.
regardless if it's the next game or next year, the Lake is
This nigga
very
said
clear.
LeBron gonna regress.
Does he know?
Yes.
Does he
Bro,
know?
his body's
Does
already
he
Yo,
know?
wearing
let
down in
you
some
delete
seasons,
that.
yo
He's
let
bro.
saying
AOA
Does he
that,
go.
know?
Let
He's
AOA
gotten
go.
injured and he never gets injured.
Yeah, so when the
Exactly.
only thing that made it clear in my mind is when I saw LeBron not performing and contributing at the same levels that he once was before, and the Lakers just didn't have the quality supporting cast members to supplement his drop in play, is when I'm like, oh, so that this team is not even prepared for him to drop. The team is not even ready for him to regress or for him to miss games. They're not prepared for that, and and if we're being that when LeBron started to regress, Anthony Davis steps into that starting that role of being the best player on the team. To be fair to AD, over the past 4 or 5 games, he played fantastic. So it seems like he might be able to be prepared for that. But as the team is constructed, they're not prepared for LeBron to regress, for him to miss games, and potentially for him to leave in free agency in another year and a half so he can join his son. The Lakers are not ready for none of that shit at all. And the players that they need, I don't think are readily available enough for them to get what they're supposed to get.
I mean,
Okay, Lo,
that might be the reason why they might be keeping those picks too. Let them say it though. Let them tell it.
wait, Lo, I'm just asking this then. If you do believe that LeBron should go, then where should he go then? Or where do you believe are like trade destinations? Like what ideas do you got?
I don't know. I'm not really
I
concerned
don't
about it.
think
If the
LeBron's
nigga
gonna
leaves, I don't
leave,
really
It
bro.
care.
has
No,
to be a
because
team
I'm
that's gonna
saying
get
like,
Bronny, right?
because
Like
I'm
I don't.
Yeah,
saying
he
like,
wants to play with Bronny, so he's not leaving.
And
no, it's
even if
because
let's
like
say he
my thing
goes to
was
like a
like,
team that's like a fringe playoff team or whatever, like it's only for the time, like only for the time being until Bronny gets drafted. Then he's going to wherever he's getting drafted
it's
at, man.
because like my issue last year when people were mentioning trade LeBron, I didn't have an issue with people saying trade LeBron. I was just like, what team is going to take him? And like, because think about it, it's
Well, he signed a
last.
contract extension, so he's under contract for because this year is supposed to be his last year.
No,
He
I'm
has
saying
another
what
year
team has
now.
the
Man,
assets to do it? Because think about it, it's like a top. Like last year was a top 10 player in the league,
man,
pretty
nigga just
much.
had, bro, nigga just scored 39, and we're talking about
No, I'm not. I'm just
like
asking this question.
I like.
Realistically
I
speaking, no, he's not
understand.
going to
Wait,
get
bro,
traded, so
bro,
I don't
bro.
really care.
Bro, the Lakers suck, and there's probably no way to trade him, dude. Why can't we just appreciate a nigga having a really good performance in year
No, he's
20?
hitting
Yeah,
though.
And
Hey
year
yo,
20,
fat, hey, yo, Eli, you prepare for when they old heads be like when he passed Kareem, old heads gonna be like, yeah, but Kareem he had the 3-point line and he did it and you ready for that shit?
listen, man.
Ain't nobody
I'm not gonna
brought
lie though, Lo.
saying that. They
You gotta
saying that
respect
10 years
Kareem, and
ago. Ain't nobody worried about that.
you gotta respect
That
Kareem, and you
10
gotta
years ago.
stop lying about him in these debates of yours,
Wait,
dude.
what did he say?
You
What did
said
he say?
I am not lying about that
Bro,
nigga.
Lo
What did he say
said,
about Kareem,
wait,
bro?
Lo said that Kareem gave up the reins
Oh,
in
come on, bro.
1983, dude. 1983, where when Magic Johnson was mid as shit in the playoffs and Kareem was like scoring like crazy. What are you talking about, dude? You're just talking out of your ass to try to make a point about Tim Duncan,
Low popped
who's
up on
not
my
him,
TikTok, and he
who's
had
Lo,
not
Wait,
did
wait,
you cook
what?
him.
OG the Beast though? Did you
Low
cook him
had the
though?
list of most
That's
overrated
crazy.
niggas ever, and Kareem was on the list.
I ain't
So
gonna lie.
83 or
get up
81?
there.
Which one are you talking about?
You said Kareem let the reins go in 83, dude. You're a liar. You're a dead liar. Kareem
In
didn't
what
let the
regard?
reins go till 85, bro. Keep it stacked.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Oh,
that.
come on, bro.
Even
Kareem
in
was better in
85,
'85.
wasn't he like
Kareem
damn
was
near
better still
finals
too.
MVP?
In 85,
Yeah, didn't he have like a crazy finals?
Yeah, I think it was the Finals MVP, right?
he was Finals MVP. Yeah.
against the Celtics, right?
That nigga's a baller. Year 18 finals MVP, dude. Who else doing it like him? And you talking about
LeBron.
LeBron James, man.
that was year 17, dude.
He was older, so
Oh wow, niggas,
What happened
big
in
niggas,
year
difference.
18, LeBron?
Big
niggas
Bounced out
splitting
difference.
like
hairs
crazy.
between
Yeah,
17 and 18.
the
Yeah,
knees
I
weren't
did. I
forgiving
just
in year
did. Yeah,
18.
that's what I did.
It was the bubble, though.
What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? And it was
Nah,
Mickey
that's
Mouse. Yeah, it
Here we
was
nasty.
go with that.
Disneyland.
So
Don't
what
It
am I
was
worry.
the
gonna do
bubble,
about
though.
it?
I
I
don't
don't
know why
know.
we're still
Crazy,
debating that.
What am I gonna
Well,
do
what am I
about
gonna
it?
do if I don't know, dog? Like I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, but you
Little
saw
boy.
you saw Giddy and his great
Yo, Lo, I'm not
off-ball
gonna lie.
move.
This Suns game in
Bro, Giddy
Jasper
was
going
not
down the
that
wire right
bad
now.
today. I don't know what you wanted me to say. Didn't Giddy
Nah,
didn't Giddy score like 20 today?
nah, he got a bunch of those were a bunch of like
AD supposed to be
It was
returning.
returns.
Trey Mann who was
Yeah,
trash.
AD is
I
supposed to be
can't
back
lie.
next game.
No,
He's
Eli,
back Monday.
you already know. Niggas were saying
He's
Trey
back
Man over
Monday.
Jalen Green last year. That was nuts.
Dude, I
Trey
don't even
Mack.
That was nuts.
that's the thing though. Like all I see is like Giddy slander on my TL, and it's like Trey Man with 1 for 11. and like
Nah, that's
I was
insane.
told he was better than Jalen Suggs.
No, he
Baisley,
wasn't.
Man,
Baisley,
shut the
Jalen
fuck.
Giddy is
Suggs
better
or
than Jalen
Jalen
Suggs, bro.
Green?
Oh,
I
Bro,
ain't
Baisley
gonna lie,
is
neither
Jalen
one of them
Suggs.
Yo,
better than
Debo
Talk
just
Suggs.
about
left the
Jalen
lottery
Green.
bro,
market.
Lou Dort scored 3 points. Baisley didn't score at
Oh yeah,
all.
and Jalen was giving him buckets. Took him to the stretch. Oh my god.
Trey Man went 1 for 11, and Giddy had 18 and 5
Oh my God, Booker.
This
on
nigga
like good
DeAndre
Let's
efficiency,
Ayton,
go.
bro.
and it was all slander for
Ayton
Nah,
is
defense.
but you're
crazy,
not.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if you were watching the game, but like he was not impressed. Like
I was
Stop.
watching the game
the
and
entire team, he was not
Sean King.
impressive during that
listen,
last three
wait,
Oh
quarters.
my god.
Steve-O,
Nigga, the Suns are trash. Wait,
Steve-O,
wait.
Wait,
Steve-O.
wait,
Wait.
wait.
I
Let
was
him,
watching
Bro,
the
wait, let
game.
be
Debo
Oh,
cook.
Aiton.
calling.
No.
Calling.
Let
I
No,
was
Debo
watching
cook.
the
calling.
game and Giddy like off the dribble wasn't really doing anything, but he cut well and stuff, so it's whatever. Like I'm not expecting him to be able to carry a shitty bench
Yeah,
in
I
a
won't
series.
Nah,
lie.
I think
I
they're
won't
Yo,
lie,
overhyped.
Suns
He
Eli.
defense is
didn't do
so
that
good,
bad,
We
bro.
bro.
talk about when we talk
Oh my
about young
god.
Oh
Oh my
my
course.
god. Oh my god. Oh
God,
my god.
Devin Booker, stop.
What you say, DJ?
Outside of like when we
It's
talk about
fans
young
right now.
course, I know that the Thunder are playing like completely better, like than the Rockets, but they're not
Oh,
like
they called a
miles ahead of
foul.
anybody else. Like somebody had said, actually, it was you who tweeted this shit out. You said, best young backcourt or some shit like maybe it was young backcourt or some shit like that. But I
Oh
don't think
shit,
that
That was a joke, by the
they're
way.
not. Oh, okay, yeah, they're not miles ahead of like
And
anyone
because
else.
obviously the Grizzlies are the best, but they are better than your backcourt, nigga. Like I don't know what to
Are
tell
we
you.
sure the
the
Grizzlies
Grizzlies are the
better than
best young
your
Man,
backcourt?
backcourt? I
they're
don't
Shea
think
better.
so.
But
Eli,
alone
you
is
fucking serious, bro?
it's not
Shea
something I'm
alone
saying,
is better than your backcourt. So I don't even know
bro.
what
But
to
that
say.
says if you want to do young course,
Okay, man. P7, bro. I'm gonna have to pack you up, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gone, bro.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, DJ, you're a Rockets fan?
So unnecessary.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I see the point he's making, but like, still, I don't
I
think the
don't see the
Grizzlies have
point
the
that
best
he's
record.
making though, because
No,
Shea
No,
alone.
what I'm saying is like when we talk about young course, take
no,
away
I
the
see the point
backcourt.
you're making. The Rockets aren't the best young backcourt.
Well, a year.
I'm not saying we're the best young
Their
backcourt.
first round
What?
pick this. I mean, the Thunder are a better record. They are
Yo,
They're a
Lo, this
better
nigga,
record, but what
yo, Lo,
exactly?
this
But what
nigga
I'm
Aiden has
saying is
and
when we
their
look at
29.
the
first
young
and their
This
course,
nigga
first
has 29 and
and
the
90.
their
young
first
course are
and
not
their.
that
Can
like
I finish?
the Thunder. Are, oh, go
Can
ahead,
I
go ahead.
finish?
Yo, KB, you should have seen DeAndre Ayton.
So
He was
other
like
than so
screaming
I
and
think that
one and all that stuff when he made shit.
using a
Oh
back to
my
back
goodness, man.
using a back to back on a Saturday when they've gone toe to toe with teams that are expected to compete is kind of weird. They are 8 and 12,
No,
and their first round pick from this year has not played a game. So
no,
I do think that you're kind of
that's
munching
not.
it.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying though. That's not what I'm saying.
Nah, it feels like you're
No,
munching it, dude.
it's not though because
Because
even at
when they're like, it's
What
go
are you
ahead.
talking
bro,
about,
because
bro?
SGA literally was
Rockets
averaging
Thunder,
30.
the
Yes,
biggest
he's
mid off
cool.
of the
Yes,
century.
he's cool.
Yes, he is a part of the young core. Is he not? How old is he?
But
30?
what I am saying outside of SGA, it's almost like, bro, the Rockets clearly have a better young core
What? So what do
than
you
the
mean
Thunder.
outside
What
of
are you
So
talking
outside of
about?
SGA?
Clearly better
SGA,
than Shea.
let me finish.
Jabari Smith,
Clearly better
No,
than
the
Jabari Smith
Shea.
Thunder.
Jr.
Finish.
Nigga
Let me
said
finish.
outside their
Wait.
best
How
Let me
can you
player.
say?
finish.
That's
Let
crazy.
me finish. Let me
How
finish.
can
Let
you
me
say
finish.
outside of the out?
I can't even finish.
No, because it's a bad point.
It's not a bad point. It's not a bad
That's a
point.
bad agenda push,
Outside
bro.
of the
I'm
literal.
not. How am I
Wait,
pushing
let
an
me
agenda?
finish. Let me finish. Outside of the literal MVP candidate
That's a
that they
force.
got,
That's a force. That's a force. That's a force.
or like your top 10 in MVP, you're usually called like MVP candidate. Right now,
Okay.
he's
Cool. Cool.
probably
Cool.
that. So outside of somebody who is young that they were able to acquire, who is playing like an MVP candidate, they don't have a better young core. That seems like a
No, it's
pretty
not.
big.
No, it's
That
not.
seems
No,
like
it's
a
not.
pretty
No,
big
it's not.
piece to
No, it's
remove when the
not.
other
No,
team
no,
doesn't
it
even have
literally
an
isn't.
all
No,
star.
it literally isn't. What I'm saying is a
Yo, what is
collective.
Detroit style pizza?
I don't know.
Pizza
I
that
don't.
they pizza like it's like
Nah,
pizza
Chicago, I
sticks.
think, is the one with the sauce on
This nigga
top.
Oh
low,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, it's
I
called
got
Chicago.
I
Detroit
got
Chicago
style
pizza.
Lo,
pizza.
no
Of course,
excuses.
it's
This
kind of
nigga's
like
talking
the
I'm
about
just
Detroit
saying, as
Chicago
a
style.
pizza.
collective, when we look
Yo,
at talent
KB, have you tried
from
Toronto pizza?
I just don't. It's
OKC,
just
no,
Yo,
Nigga,
I'm
I'm
gonna
the
go
thing
from
is,
Toronto for
Detroit.
my
it's not
birthday,
What?
pushing an
bro.
agenda. I literally think the Rockets
yes.
have more
We got
talent
like
on their
maple
squad.
syrup in their
We
shit.
just haven't used it correctly.
Shut the fuck up. That
Yo,
nigga
Mazak,
lying to me.
bro.
You're lying to
Like,
me.
I'm gonna
This
need
nigga's
you to
lying to
stop,
me.
man. Like, this is disgusting behavior,
This
bro.
nigga's
Maple
lying to
syrup,
me.
nigga.
No,
Really?
he's lying. This nigga's
This
lying. You
nigga
don't put
thought he was
maple
funny, man.
syrup on their fucking pizza. The nigga's lying.
Obvious. He's from here too. Yo, have some shame, man. Have some shame, bro. Come on, like.
Like the bacon, bro. They put the
By the
maple
way, the choice
styled
top
bacon on the
pizza
pizza,
isn't
fam.
real.
And
I
they
leave
dip
it
the
straight there.
syrup,
Choice
bro. It's
top
Anyways,
pizza
real.
isn't
anyways,
real
like I
though.
was saying, DJ,
You
to
had
That's
the
a
try
been to
to
good one.
to
Jabari's,
try to
maybe?
be like yeah, bro. Other than the literal All
That's not
NBA
even. I didn't
guard,
even get to finish.
that's what
Niggas
you
are saying like,
said though.
no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Let
It
me
doesn't
land my
matter what you're
point.
trying to say. It
Let
is
me land
literally
my
what you
point.
tried to
All
say.
right,
Other than the literal All
we'll agree
NBA
to this.
level guard,
We'll agree to
they don't
disagree.
have a better young core.
That's not what
Like
Bro,
I'm
the
saying.
underage is
That's
mid
not what
flying
I said.
Marquette.
That's not what I said. If you
you
look at,
should have.
I literally, bro, Eli, I
What you
literally
trying to say?
posted a video and I posted and I said literally the Thunder have a better young core tech. No, not a better young core. They have a better future right now than a lot of other teams. So I'm not even saying that. All I am saying is the collective talent compared to Houston and OKC, it's not that bad. The differential is not that big like many people make it to be.
Okay, well,
It's just not.
one team is literally. First of all,
It's just not. That's all it
one team.
is.
The picks
They
that
kind
you
of
got,
ass.
Are y'all still arguing mid in my ear?
the picks.
Exactly.
A
Wait,
Lakers fan that's under 500
the
just
Thunder
like
have
us.
a better. The
Okay.
Thunder have a better
Oh,
record than
but
the Lakers, by
nigga,
the way.
you when the last time y'all won?
Last time we
Oh, last
tonight we beat the Thunder tonight. We
oh,
beat
you
them
beat
niggas.
mid.
Also back to
Okay.
back.
Who'd y'all beat tonight?
Oh, that's
I'm not talking about it, nigga. I'm done. It's over.
Wait,
I'm
yo,
not
Lo,
Oh,
I
praising.
okay.
think yo,
I'm
Okay.
Lo,
not
yo,
No, no,
praising
no,
the
no,
Lo,
no,
fucking
no,
Lakers for beating the Spurs, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
yo, Lo, I think that
I'm
Yo,
just.
DJ, y'all on a 2-game win streak?
are they
Yeah,
checking?
It's
man.
just. It's
Wait,
just
Yeah,
in
that's
my
just
No, no,
opinion.
congrats,
I think
bro.
they're checking for like the boost
In
ball
my
um,
count.
opinion, it is just very weird phrasing to be like,
Bro.
other than the literal All NBA level
No,
guard,
that's
we
not
have a
because
better
look how
young
bro,
happy
core.
this
you
nigga
That's
is
literally
on
just
you
the.
NBA
hey
in this
Eli,
time.
And
Eli,
then you're like,
Eli,
and then you're like, the
Eli is
talent
literally
gap isn't that big.
this
Like
is the
not.
Yo,
problem.
Eli, can we talk about
Let
your
me
Luca
finish.
agenda?
Niggas are
No, let
taking
me finish. Let me
small
finish.
inserts of what I
Okay,
said
okay,
and not
let
let
me
me
finish.
finish.
Not only do the Thunder have an All NBA level guard, and he is young, they also have a first round pick who looks pretty good. Who
And
looks
that's what
pretty good.
oh my
Who
god.
didn't play. So what
Oh
is
yeah,
your
it's
point?
game over.
Bro,
It's
that's
game over.
like literally. If
Thunder
Chet
won.
was to play right now, then I pretty much would be like, oh yeah, y'all look, yeah,
Yo, bro, the
it's there.
Jazz so
So
But he's
then
not
what is your
playing.
point,
fucked.
my nigga?
I'm saying that this shit is close. It's not a big wide range. Like
So when Chet plays, it won't be
just
close.
because the
So it's
Thunder
not
have such a
close.
and a lot of it. This doesn't just go to the Rockets. It goes to other teams like the Magic and the Pistons, and I'll even go the Pacers too, who shocked me.
I'm gonna keep it a
Like when we
stack.
talk
So
about all these young
DJ,
cores in the league and
what's
saying,
gonna
"Oh,
happen is the
OKC
Thunder
is
are gonna get.
miles ahead of everybody else," no, they're not. They're not.
Okay, so
I'm
when
sorry.
when the
Yo,
Thunder get their pick next year, right?
wait.
Yeah.
And you
Watch out,
guys draft and you
they
guys
didn't
also draft the lottery
in
level pick. That's
order
cool.
or
And then
other
the Thunder
young.
also get Chet. And then the next year they get you guys' pick. I think we'll know who has a better future
I
by then. And
haven't listened.
I think it'll be pretty.
You guys can have that pick. Have the pick. We'll be
Yeah.
fine by then.
And they'll gladly take it. It'll
Yeah,
glad
take the pick. We'll be
yeah,
fine. We'll be
you
fine.
know, it's not they can have it. It's
They
they
can have the
own it.
pick. They can
It's
have the pick. They do
theirs.
have the pick. They do have the pick. They can take this L tonight as
The
well.
Jazz are really
Please.
12 and 10.
no,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, take this L tonight.
So when the Thunder are a successful franchise,
Mind,
Fuck y'all
I
talking
bet
mind you,
about,
you, I
bro?
Eli is
bet you,
making it seem as if like
I
I'm
bet you
Matt,
hating
they
can
on
we
the
won't
talk
Thunder,
remember.
about
but I'm
teams
I
that
not.
bet you they
I'm
won't
not even
remember
hating on the Thunder.
a random November game on a Saturday and be like, "Oh my God,
And
the Rockets beat us on a
and my
Saturday." Yeah,
and
when they're
Eli is making it seem as if like I said the
when you
Thunder are
guys' picks
ass.
are
I don't understand
theirs.
it.
Nah, bro, both of
I
you
don't
guys
understand
have
it.
good points. Could we talk about a team that's rebuilding and winning games and making the playoffs? You know what I'm talking about?
The Pacers.
No,
The
no, the
Hawks,
Who?
Raptors. The
Raptors.
the
Raptors.
Hawks.
Oh,
We got a young core and
I'm
we're
not
making
gonna
the
lie,
playoffs.
dude.
That
What
young
is
core
young
is
about Trey
mid. I
Bro,
Young,
can't
dude?
lie.
You're paying
Bro,
two
what the fuck
twenty
y'all
seven.
talking
the
about,
Mavs
You're
bro?
front
paying
office
two
is a bunch
twenty
of
That
seven
young
year
core
old
is
Wait, wait,
to be
terrible.
mid.
Scotty
wait,
Barnes and OG Anunoby's
wait.
mid now. Okay.
Yo, Lo, I
That
really
who?
know
young
a Utah
core. Come
Jazz
on, bro.
fan. Wait,
He's
Bro,
like
isn't
26.
OG like 27,
He's
dude? He's
26,
not
bro.
He's
young.
literally 25, bro. He's not 27, bro.
The
He's
difference
young.
between 25 and 26 is not that big, bro.
Okay, so that's he old now. 25 is old. Okay, bro.
It's. I mean, is he gonna improve significantly
Yes,
after
he
25?
improved this season significantly. What are you talking about, bro? He's
It
improved
He,
has
every
he
Trey
he
year.
had a
has just had
defensive
more
resurgence,
usage,
but I'm
dude.
saying, do you think he's going to improve even further?
Yes, I do. I think he'll be even better offensively.
I'm gonna say this real quick
Create his own offense.
with the Jazz losing. It's gonna get really ugly if they start selling selling house
the
because they got a
host is
bunch of
having
pieces.
feelings tonight.
That's
They
It's a
got a
exactly
fall
what
bunch
they
from
of
want to do,
grace.
though.
pieces. They got they're supposed to do this from the jump, but they got a bunch of guys
I feel like he's trying to
Y'all
increase
think
the
they're basically
value.
the Wizards this year? Like last year, the Wizards started off hot and then they just
Yeah,
sucked.
exactly.
No,
probably.
dude.
but
I
I mean,
thought the
like,
Blazers was that share
I'm
though.
just asking. I'm just asking.
probably, but they're not a team like
There
still
was no Laurie
competitive.
Markkinen on the Wizards, dude. There was no Colin Sexton on the Wizards.
They're
Like,
they're a
That is a
competitive.
fact. They didn't have
They're
a
a
Lori.
competitive team. Like they're still going to be in a lot of games just off the rip. Like, and
Nah,
I
I
think their
put Lori
schedule has
Mark
like
been
if
a
in
little
Laurie,
bit tougher.
if Laurie is really a 20 point per game scorer, which is not that hard to believe because that's basically what he was in his second year, right? And he wasn't as good as this, so he's improved, right? So with opportunities like a 20 point per game score, Sexton with opportunity was that a couple years ago. Clarkson is clearly that.
No,
But
he did that on the Cavs, and he was
so did
actually like,
did like the Wizard did the Wizards have like three guys that like legitimately could average 20? Like I don't know.
they should technically,
Uh
but
huh.
I don't know,
I
but the
mean,
defense
because
next
gap is
year.
How
crazy.
good is Danny right now?
Bill didn't play. Kuzma did play, so there's that. And they only got KP for like the last, what was it, 20 games? 15?
Porzingis still can't
He's
average either
injured
one.
again.
I'm saying last year because he
Oh,
gave
Okay.
that example. I mean, but if they do sell,